reasons for why the materials are put the way they are, why the students are given this particular task to do, or this particular set of activities to do. There's a lot of order behind what sometimes can feel like chaos. And the same is true with godly play. So if this were a full session, it would be in a godly play room. You would not have any of these chairs. I apologize, but they wouldn't be there. Everything would be, and you can see this in your own godly playroom if you walk down there, almost everything is about this high or lower. Because if you are this high, then everything up here is outside of your sort of visual range. I mean, think about if we hung everything in this room up there, would that make sense? Or if I was hanging a picture, should I hang it there or should I hang it here? For it to be for you, or here. For me, it would be here. For Kelly, it would be here. But what I'm getting here is that for children who are much smaller by and large, to put things at normal adult height is the equivalent of hanging something all the way up there. So everything is deliberately at child level. Everything is deliberately structured to be centered on the child. And that allows them to enter their own experience of the story, not trying to win approval from adults, not trying to figure out the right answer, but simply to experience it. So what I'm going to do now is tell you a story, and then I will ask a series of questions. And they are real questions. You may answer them. I'm going to be sitting on the floor here, and all of my materials are going to be down there. So if, in advance of that, you would like to take chairs and move them so that you're around on the side so you can see better, you are more than welcome to do that. You don't have to, of course. But those of you who are sitting behind someone, as soon as I get down here, you may or may not be able to see very well. So just know that that is an option, and you're more than welcome to move your chairs around as we begin. You do not have to try to pretend that you are 7 years old in order to do this. That's one of the things I often get when I'm doing a godly play session for adults, is adults are concerned that they ought to try to be like children. Well, you are like children in the sense that you are children of God already. You do not have to try to pretend to be something you are not. So all that is by way of saying, as I tell the story, you simply experience it where you are on this particular morning, in this particular time and place. And then I will ask some questions. I'll say things like, I wonder what your favorite part of the story was. And you really do get to answer what your favorite part was. It doesn't have to be what anybody else's favorite part was. It might be, but it doesn't have to be. So there will be some aspects of this that are simply your own personal reflection. Now, in a full session, what we would do after that talking time is I would then dismiss each of you to go do some individual work that you got to select. And it would be your work. It would not be something where we're all getting together and all creating the same product. It would be something you get to do to help you reflect further. And I would probably not question you on why your particular thing that you're doing is appropriately related to the story I've just told. Because often, especially for children, they can't always verbalize why it is that they're drawing this particular picture is related to the story they just heard, but somewhere inside there is. Godly play does a lot of trusting of the children to do their own work. So I would do that, and then we would come back together for what is called the feast in a full session. And that usually involves, most of the time, small cups of water and goldfish, in my experience. The whole session, then, if you ever look at it, is something that is remarkably similar to the structure of our Eucharist. Godly play was developed by an Episcopal priest. And it is deliberately set up to mimic our structure. We hear a story. All right, well, over there just a little while ago, we heard 3 stories, actually 4 if you count a song. We reflect together on a story. Well, we heard a reflection, and we're part of a reflection on a story from Wade. We then reflect on that individually and personally, the creed, the prayers, confession, the peace. And then we come together for the feast. So there's a deliberate echo there. So that's enough talking about godly play for right now. I'll be happy to talk more about it afterwards. But for now, I'm going to turn the mic off and move my work together, and we will begin.